In previous lesson, we learned fundamental data types of numbers and string. With current lesson, we start next fundamental data type of collections. First one type which belongs to collection is list. List is mutable data structure which consists of ordered sequences of any type of objects. Now let's take a look what is data structure. Any of these data structures is kind of container in which data is stored. These containers can have different properties depending on stored data. For storing list, we have next syntax which also looks like a container using next square brackets. Inside we must mention all vaulted data separated by comma. Let's start reviewing lists, comparing them with strings like mutable object with immutable. Let's create new list with some data inside, then let's remove one item from int and print result. It works fine. Now same way, let's create new string, then let's replace one character in it and print result. As you can see, it doesn't modify object directly, while for list it's modifying object directly, because list is mutable while string is immutable. Now let's repeat the procedure, but this time results will be assigned to new variables. After printing variable, which should point on modified list, we got known result. However, list itself was modified same way as before. This is because remove method for list returns known type and assigning it to new variable has no sense. Now same way, let's assign to new variable modified string. After printing new variable which is pointing to modified string, we got modified string as expected. So we must assign results of applied replace method to new variable because method returns a copy. At first sight, it can have a look like immutable objects cannot be modified directly, and that's why methods always return copy, while mutable objects can be modified directly, and that's why methods always return none. Well, for mutable objects it's not always like that. Let's repeat procedure by modifying our list and assigning results to new variable, but this time we will use another method pop. As you can see, after printing results, we have got removed item instead of none. Because pop method for list not only modifies objects directly by removing item, but also returns removed item itself. Thus, always check docstrings for all functions and methods to be sure if they return something or not. So, for mutable objects we can have both variants when methods modifies objects directly and return none, and method modifies objects directly and return an item. While for immutable objects, methods always returns a copy because objects cannot be modified directly. With this, I finish first part of current lesson. We learn difference between list and string as mutable object with immutable. In second part of current lesson, we will look at list sequences, types and pointers. Also, practical exercise will be done, how to use list index, join and range methods with example of list unpacking feature.